Kia ora koutou and welcome to 4 Gardens in about 3 minutes. Review copy used. There is no solo mode. It's a game for 2 to 4 players, playing time is medium, and it's a reasonably simple game. In 4 Gardens, you are trying to build amazing landscapes to honour the gods. But in order to do this, you will need to master the pagoda tower and how it generates resources. Can you build the best and most awe-inspiring garden? The game ends after any player builds a set number of landscape cards. For 4 players, that is 8 cards. The winner is the player with the most points, and they come from the 4 god tracks and bonus tokens. Card management. Every action in the game uses these cards, and each card has multiple uses. Set collection. Each landscape card is part of a set known as a panorama. Collecting these sets is the key to victory. Player turn. You will start each turn with 5 cards in your hand. Each card has lots of information, what set it belongs to, and what position it is in that set, what score track it connects to, what actions you can take with it, and what it costs to turn into a landscape. Each turn you will take 3 actions, and there are 4 different actions you can choose, and you can repeat them. The first is to play a card in front of you with its information side up. You can only have 3 cards face up in front of you at any time, and you may not play 2 cards from the same position in the same set. You can collect resources by playing a card. Rotate the shown pagoda on the tower, and then collect the resources in the order shown on your card. Note you can only store 4 resources, and any excess are discarded. This action rotates the whole tower, and then collects from the bottom up, gaining these resources. The next action is to cart resources to cards. This can be done by discarding any card. Place the resources from your reserve onto any of the cards in front of you. You can also return resources to the supply. Any card completed flips over and becomes a landscape. The final action is to play a wild resource card to place a single resource on any face-up card. If that completes the card, flip it over. When a card is flipped, move your score marker 1 space right on the matching score track and 1 more place for every previously flipped card in that panorama. Wild cards can advance any track, so completing this would give you 5 scores. If you make it to the end of a track, instead of advancing, you can move everyone else back down that track. If you push a player off a track, they cannot come back on. Finally, if you complete a panorama, gain 1 of the bonus tokens, either victory points, wild resources to add to cards, or an extra place to store resources. Then redraw to 5 cards, choosing from either the face-up tableau or off the top of the deck. Keep playing until the set number of landscape cards is completed. Why would you like this game? 4 Gardens is a game with a lovely pleasant-looking veneer and ruthless cutthroat gameplay. It straddles the complexity gap between family-friendly and hobby games quite well, being appealing and simple enough to be inviting while having enough to keep you engaged. The art is lovely, and I really like how there's a variety of cards in the panoramas, so they aren't the same each time. The mechanic of turning the pagoda and picking resources causes a lot of interesting decisions. And the scoring system, where you can suppress other people on the score tracks, is brutally ruthless. The best thing about this game is the pagoda tower. It's not just for show, it's a cool mechanic in its own right. However, the pagoda is a spatial puzzle that keeps moving, and that will mess with some people's heads. 4 Gardens is also not widely available outside of Korea yet, but will be in early 2021. Aesthetically, it shares a lot in common with Tokaido. And for another pleasant looking set collection game, try Parks. 4 Gardens, an iron fist in a velvet gardening glove. If you enjoyed this video, hit the notification button, subscribe to the channel, and come support us on Patreon.